Well, welcome back to base camp, WNC. I've been gone on a job for about 2.5 weeks. I've got a bunch of filming and editing to do. I'm back here on the farm, and last time I showed you on the last video, they were planting this field. This is day 28, and they've been harvesting squash now twice in this thing. They harvest every other day. So let me take you around, give you a farm update on this and some collards, the greenhouse, and got a blackberry update. We'll let you know how it goes. Well, here's the first bed. No dust ever sits underneath Walter's feet. They had a little bit of moisture in the soil, and he went crazy. He went ahead and started building plastic beds, and as soon as he got this covered, it stopped raining. So everything's been put on hold. This is the first field. And then this one right here will go all the way down this year, and one on the other side. We'll take you over and show you some of that, but we're waiting on rain right now. As Mr. Walter's itching like mad. We've got 40 acres of strawberries coming. I haven't totaled that thing up, but 40 acres coming October the 13th. Sorry about maybe a little bit of sun and glare, but that up there is the front field. This is the field that had sweet corn, cucumbers, flowers. This entire field will be all strawberries down to here. This field here that was squash and tomatoes is all bedded up. This is where all the broccoli and cauliflower will be started, all in there. Sunflower field is dead and gone down. It's all standing up. That's for wildlife and dove hunting fields. So all of this is all sunflowers. Plowed up all the okra. That's his way of saying we're finally done. We ain't gonna do no more. So he just mowed it all down and plowed it up. Started putting some plastic at the very far end of the field. He said it was too dry to do anything, so he stopped. Let's look at this sunflowers while we're here. Hopefully I'm out of the shadow of this thing, but the heads are still green. They got a pile of sunflowers in there, of course, and the heads are green. We're gonna, birds and wildlife will get something out of this. It's like I said, he went on vacation this year, and he talked to a guy that does a sunflower maze, and he's really looking at doing that next year. That'll kind of come in this time of the year. For fall, we'd have squash. We'll have pumpkins available next year, and kind of have a fall festival here at the farm, but everybody else has corn maze, but we'll have a sunflower maze. They look real good. Like if you look at that last video when they were all nice and standing up and green and look pretty, I think it'll be a pretty good idea. But we're gonna go over here and look at some blackberries and tell you what we're gonna do for the fall on them things to get ready to put them to bed. Well, we're in the blackberry patch right now, and what I wanted to try to show you is these things are just about head high. And if you look at this row compared to where the roots are, they're all tucked into wires. As if you can see right here, they're all tucked in. And this side of the row has not been done. This is busy work. When we get done the end of the day and the crew has about an hour or something, they'll come out and do that. We're trying to do that. We took a leaf sample the other day, had it sent out last week, and they're a little bit low on iron and magnesium. And we've got some liquid foliar spray we're going to blast in here, and we're going to go ahead and hit them with that. A little bit of fungicide. Other than that, they're really good. Blackberries can go really bad really quick as far as orange rust and everything else. We'll end up tip pruning these things again, cut some of them off so they branch out. But these things are best part of about 5 foot tall right now. The top ones are over my head. But the best way to have a good crop of blackberries is to take care of them. Like I said, if you can see, I don't know if you can see it on the picture, but this wall right here is almost vertical. They're all tucked in. They've been tucked in. We have been following, like I said, almost to the T, University of Arkansas Blackberry School, which is on YouTube. And there's like close to 30 episodes now, from the selection, planting, everything else on them. But we've been following their protocol with modifications to our location. You always got to look at geographic ability. And like I said, we hit 100 degrees. We're still at 100 degrees. And we've got a fair amount invested in all this blackberry field for next year. So we got some of the stragglers this year, and they were pretty good. These are a thornless variety. Went to the meetings, and the boy said, well, they're just not quite as sweet as what the thorn variety is. And Walter's view was, well, I can sprinkle some sugar on them if I don't have to deal with the thorns. But don't listen to me. Go to University of Arkansas /Blackberry School. It's all on YouTube. You can watch it from your plant selection to planting, cultivating, in beds and not in beds. We're here in the low country of South Carolina, so everything's up on raised soil for drainage. How to build the trellises. They're all steel T-posts, bead in the middle. If you go back to some of my early episodes, you can see how the posts looked before the blackberries got up. But this right here is 6 months of growth from 8-10 inch plants. So put the fertilizer to them, grow them, and take care of them. And we hope to make blackberry smoothies along with strawberry smoothies and blueberries. So we met the other day, Walter met the other day with a boy from Clemson University that designs like food trucks and small kitchens. And he's looking at converting that old office building into a kitchen and have stuff for sale for the people when they come out, but also use the berries, instead of wholesaling them, we'll be making smoothies and selling them at the concession stand. Well, here's the collards. This was the first little bit of collards that had real poor germination. And 2 days ago when they were planted, they were flat on the ground. They have stood back up. They're not looking too bad. We still have heat indexes of 100 degrees. We were hoping it'd cool off a little bit by now, but so far they've made it. This plastic right here we didn't paint white before we planted, just because we thought it would cool off by now. But we're getting along. I'm going to go up here and show you the greenhouse and let you see what the rest of the stuff looks like. Well, here's the greenhouse. I've been gone for about 2.5 weeks. Here's the greenhouse. Here they are. These are from seed. These are just like 15 days old right now. And you can see the size of them already. I mean, they're pushing 3 to 4 inches tall as a general average. And like I said, there's collards and broccoli, and the first batch of broccoli and cauliflower, which is about 100,000. Went ahead and planted some red cabbage. Just that one little old tiny section right there. There's not a real big market for it. It all goes straight to the restaurants. Planted some more collards, and this is with new seeds. And they're not doing fantastic as far as germination goes. So even if you buy a new seed, that doesn't mean it was new seed. It just meant that's what the seed company still had left over. But we, a lot of collards, a lot of broccoli. Broccoli's doing good. Cauliflower's doing real good. They're pretty much uniform. They're all pretty much done. Like I said, here's that one section of red cabbage. And the germination on it's not real good. But we are at 100 degrees right now, and these are cool weather crops. As you see with the greenhouse, it has no cool cell. There's no way of cooling it down other than fans. So we end up, this time of the year, we get what we get. What we get is pretty hardy seeds, because if they can survive 100 degree heat, they'll do real good this fall. But I'm going to take you out. I'm going to take you up and show you the squash. I missed it. The boys were picking today already. So that squash is right at 28 days old in the field, or 28 days from seed, and they are picking squash already. Let's run up there and take a look at it. Well, here's the cucumber patch. He did plant 6 rows of cucumbers in here, and I imagine they are all salad type cucumbers. I doubt if he got any pickling ones in there. But here's the squash. Some of them are laid over. The boys are in there picking already. They've already picked through them. But like I said, these are 28 days old. And of course, that's a yellow squash right there. Another day on that one. They'll pick, today's Tuesday. They'll pick again on Thursday. But here it is, 28 days, and we already they've picked twice in here now. And this is the end of August. But squash do real well in the heat. And we got plenty of that. The plastic here looks a little funny. This is where we mixed 1 quart of cheap latex paint in and sprayed the black plastic to give them a little bit of a break on the heat. But of course, everything here is under drip irrigation. We have not had rain in 2.5 weeks. I'll show you one part of the field. We started putting plastic down for the new strawberry beds. All 40 acres of strawberries is coming on October the 13th. We want to get them beds built and covered. And the soil is just bone dry. So everything's on hold till we get a shower. But the yellow zucchinis are doing real good. The golden zucchinis are doing real good. Everything else is coming on here. This is all green. You can see a little squash over there. It's starting to come on. So they're not great and fantastic by any means, but this is the end of August. They are looking good. I mean, like I said, it should be 35 days for squash, and it's at day 28, and they are producing already, and they've been producing. Not great numbers, but there are some. And everybody knows who grows squash. When you see that little one right there, it goes from that to really big, really quick. So the drip irrigation is on. And like I said, this right here just supplies about a dozen restaurants that we really cater to. And this will keep them going for quite a while. Well, as usual, thank you for watching. We're going to hit you with another update. Like I said, I've been gone for about 2.5 weeks on the project. And 2 of the projects, people didn't want me to film them because of what I was building and doing. But I do have one on a spring water catchment system. We brought down 850 feet off the side of the man's property into his house. And we'll go over all that. But thank you for watching. Subscribe, tell your friends about it. I appreciate it.